which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. And could I get a motion to approve the meeting agenda?
This is Robin Olive.
Is there anyone online that can second that?
This is Judy, I second.
Thank you. And we'll take a vote. You want to start?
Robin, I.
Judy?
Judy, I.
Barb, aye. So the next motion is for a motion to approve the meeting agenda. We did that. And the next one is a motion to approve the February 21st, 2024 Joint Meeting and Planning Commission meeting minutes. Can I get a motion?
This is Judy. I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
This is Robin, I'll second.
Okay, we'll take a vote.
Robin, I.
Judy abstain.
Barb, aye. Is that a problem if we just have the two?
Nope.
Okay, fine. All right, now we'll move on to the public hearing. And I need, Eleanor, would you read the notice, please?
Notice is hereby given that a public hearing will be held by the City of Columbus Planning Commission on Wednesday, March 6, 2024 at 6 p.m. or as soon thereafter as parties may be heard. The hearing will be conducted in person and by interactive technology at the Columbus City Hall located at 16319 Kettle River Boulevard, Columbus, Minnesota, to consider a request for a variance to increase the number of properties receiving access from an unimproved driveway from 2 to 3 in the rural residential zoning district. Members of the public interested in attending in person, monitoring the meetings, or wanting more information should contact city offices at 651-464-3120 or visit the city website at columbusmn.us. The hearing shall continue until all evidence and testimony has been received.
Thank you. Can I ask the applicants that are involved in this variance to please come forward, have a seat at the front table, and give your name and current address for the record, and speak into the microphone so everyone in the room and on Zoom can hear.
All right, can each of you give your name and your current address for the record?
I'm Sherry Janitschke, 9367 189th Avenue Northeast, Columbus, Minnesota.
Same thing. Yeah. My name is Greg Janitschke, and the address is 9367 189th Avenue Northeast, Columbus.
My name is Adam Janitschke. My address is 20189 Fern Glen Boulevard North in Forest Lake, Minnesota.
Thank you. And for the record, did you receive a copy of the variance report by Eleanor Hahn, Planning and Zoning Technician, dated March 1st, 2024? It's a report, pages, well, let's see, I guess there were how many pages? Well, in any case, did you receive that? Okay, thank you. All right. And if you could just give us a brief explanation of what you have planned. You had a very accurate report, and we appreciate that, but just for the record, if you could just summarize what your plan.
My son and daughter-in-law were looking to get some land in, rather than the residential that they're living in, a little community, and they wanted some land. And I suggested, how about if we give you 5 acres and come out and live with us? So we did, and they kind of like that idea, living out in the woods. The granddaughters have been out there playing and just loving the land. And we need to have a variance for another residential to come down the driveway. And that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, because right now the driveway's shared. There's 2
Yeah.
of us that use it.
Right,
And we need to try to get a variance to add 1 more.
okay,
The driveway's about almost a half a mile long.
right. And you've had an agreement with the other neighbor, and you understand that you'll have to revise that?
Yep, Rick
Well, we've
knows
got a
that.
signed, a
Yeah.
new signed one from.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine,
yeah.
yes.
So we do have a shared driveway agreement. We're going to have to draft up another one during the subdivision process.
Yep.
But this does note that both the current people who share the driveway and those who are hoping to build a new home all are in agreement of this situation and of sharing this driveway.
And you've read all of the variance findings 1 through 6 and staff recommendations, so you're familiar with all of those?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll open the floor to any of the commissioners, either on Zoom or present.
This is Robin. I was just curious, I really don't know, whose land does that driveway actually sit on? Yours or your
Half of our-
neighbors?
Half of ours and half of Rick Hugger's.
Okay.
The neighbor who we share with.
Okay. Now, and you've said you have an agreement now between all 3 parties to do this?
We have a very good relationship
Yeah.
with Rick Hugger.
He's real.
Okay.
Yeah, he actually.
What, my question is, what happens when he dies or moves or you
Well,
guys
it'll
have
be
a
a
fight?
legal, it'll be a legal.
It is a legal binding document?
It is.
As of right now, it's not with the 3 of us. He signed one just to show that he's on board with it.
Okay.
And we'll go through and have a legal one
Okay,
drawn
because
up.
that's the one I saw that said this is not a legal binding document.
Right,
And I went,
right.
you know,
Right.
I know people who have shared driveways that have
Oh.
had major issues.
I
And
know.
I thought, oh, we're going to bring a 3rd person in on this?
Yeah.
2 is hard enough, 3 is even worse.
We are very lucky to have.
Okay,
is
so you understand my concern, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I
You know,
absolutely.
I wouldn't want
it is a
anything like that.
concern.
Yeah.
But if you, and this document, the way I understand it, it is to go with the property?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
In all 3 cases?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
That answers my questions. That's what I was concerned
Oh,
with.
yeah.
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
that
You
would-
know,
That's a
and,
big one.
you know, it's a huge one because people got to keep getting along.
Well,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
like
absolutely.
we try to think longer term than just our lifetime, and like what kind of situations just put people in the
Down the
future,
road.
and how do we address all of that with this situation we have? And I think there's a pretty easy way and legal way to do it
Okay,
that makes sense.
okay. So like I said, you've availed my concerns and that's all I have.
Okay. Eleanor, I wanted to know, is this contract that they have, does that have to be notarized or anything?
So, yes, so a lot of this variance there's a lot of contingencies in this variance because it is completely null if they can't subdivide, if they can't find the proper area with enough highlands and everything. But we wanted to get the permission to do the driveway before they spend a ton of money trying to figure it out just to have them be told, no, you need to build a road. And part of that would be a new easement declaration to really make that driveway a proper easement in this area. The new maintenance agreement between all of the parties, and that would be legally binding, a development agreement, all of the stuff that would go along with the subdivision portion. That would happen later down the line when we get to that point. The main hardship of this is The properties to the north and the west are DNR land. You can't have, there's no access there. There's no access from the, no possible access from the east either, due to all of these smaller residential lots. So they have this existing driveway to access the road, to access this parcel in the back. However, when you talk to watershed district officials, there isn't really a conceivable way to expand it into a full road, and it would cause a lot of environmental concerns and issues with the DNR to access one additional house. And we do have precedent for this. We did the exact same variance just across the street to have 3 houses off of a shared driveway for similar concerns.
I guess that answers my question. Judy, do you have anything?
Well, you guys have kind of addressed my questions already as well. And the maintenance of the driveway, it's totally taken care of by the 3 parties. And so there's no city involvement there. And then my question was, does this go with the sale of the properties?
And that's, yeah, okay, good.
The easements and all of the legal documents will go with the sale of the properties going forward.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess we'll open the public hearing to any public comment. If there's anyone online or in the room that has any questions. Sounds like a no. So, okay, well, we'll close the public hearing with the right to reopen it. It's our policy to have the discussion and the decision regarding the variance recommendation to take place in 2 weeks at the commission on March 20th, 2024 at 6 p.m.
Yes, I'll be in touch with you guys to send out all the information, make sure everybody's on the same page with that. But the final planning commission recommendation will be on the 20th, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
But
All right, thank you for your
Thank you for
time.
coming.
Thanks, folks.
Thank you for your time.
Our number 6, the next item of business is a discussion of the North Pine Aggregate Site Plan Review, pages 23 through 33, and an enclosure. Would the people that are representing North Pine please come up to the microphone? And I guess it's not a public hearing, so if you just want to explain what you're planning on doing and if you have any questions for us.
Sure. We are planning to remodel our office building. So basically,
Get close to the mic.
Okay. Oh, you guys got to get close.
we're going to remodel our office building. So do a little partial demolition of our office, which is attached to our shop, and basically rebuild the 2-level office in the same footprint.
Okay.
To give us a little more room and space.
All right, that's good. I did go over there just to check out, the business and so forth. I like to go out to the property. And it looks to me like it was just recently swept, and which is a positive thing in my opinion. But I'm looking at your older CUP, and there's nothing specifically in there regarding how often or how you mitigate a particular matter. And I'm wondering if that's something you would consider in talking with the council to come up with some kind of written protocol. Do you, like I was over there today and the dust was just flying all over, you know. And I had an occasion a couple years ago to go door to door in that business district. And there was so much particulate matter on the cars across the street that you could actually write your name on their vehicles. So I'm just wondering if you have a protocol, something that you regularly do, how do you determine that?
We typically, in the summertime, we start our day every day, water down our lot. We've got a huge gravel parking lot in the,
Yes, I noticed that.
and typically we start our day every day, water that down. And do that multiple times a day when, you know, depending on truck traffic and depending on the weather, hot and dry and windy, of course, makes it worse.
Okay.
Now in the winter months, we've gone to, I believe we're sweeping our entire parking lot, that paved areas 2 times a week, so.
Do you have your own sweeper, is
We,
that it?
we do not, we've been hiring an outfit
Okay.
to come in a couple times a week and sweep it, so.
Okay. And since your CUP is 20-some years old, you wouldn't have a problem with the council putting something like that into the paperwork?
With the site plan review or?
Right.
How
As a condition of the, you know,
I guess if we had to, we would, but, I mean,
Okay.
again, I guess we feel we try and do a good job and be a good neighbor over there and.
okay.
put
Oh, I know
quite a
that.
bit of
I'm not
effort
saying that.
into
I'm just,
keeping a nice looking, clean place. so
yes, and it
I
was
don't-
very clean when I went over there today.
Yeah.
I was
I don't
impressed.
think we have a problem discussing it, but doesn't, I don't know what that has to do with the remodel of the office, I guess.
It's just, my only concern is just updating. Now, when we have a CUP, we try to get as many details into it, whereas yours is just a general one that was, you know, put together 20-some years ago and things change. So, and particular matter is a real concern for health issues. So that's why I'm asking. You're a good company, you've been here many, many years. It's just that things are changing with pollution conditions and so forth. This is just my personal interpretation. So I know you guys all work there, and like I say, I was there today, and it was very tidy and you know, clean. So,
Yep.
do you have anything you want to add?
I'm good.
Okay. How about Judy? You gonna have anything?
Oh, I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
Madam Chair. I'm Dean Johnson. I'll just say I understand you don't want nefarious conditions you might not even understand, but I, I think in approving the site plan for consideration to the city council and some sort of follow-up with a couple of these other conditions that were in the staff report regarding proof of parking and other things, they would be included in a development agreement instead of making you go through the conditional use process.
Sure.
Has the same effect, but I think that watering and sufficient for your motion would be that you add a condition that says you'd like to see site watering and street sweeping on the site as needed.
We could certainly do that.
Yes, for sure.
And that, I think, allows planning commissioner, council member, or our compliance officer to come by and say, hey, it's needed. But
Yep.
you're doing it now, I think, at intervals that you noticed.
Right.
And so I just don't want you to think this is going to be ambiguous, and then we're going to throw you in jail. So,
Or create a problem for you. That isn't our intent.
No,
We're
I-
definitely open to that, yes.
and you understood in the staff report that Eleanor completed that we found on the basis of all of your uses, somehow between 2004, when your last CUP was completed, and now, based on our ordinance requirements, you are a little light in parking. We don't want you to build that, but we have an option in our ordinance that simply says if it's needed, the city can require that to be done. We've never implemented those, but that would be another condition that would be added in this type of development.
I don't think we have issue with that. We have plenty of space.
You
back there
got
for
plenty of-
parking, never, as noted in the report, I mean, we've never had issue with parking and.
And you've already taken the initiative to add the second handicap accessible parking space on the property. I think that makes up for all of the compliance issues that may have been questioned.
And we understand it's a site plan, so. Nothing else? Okay. Well, I guess I'm ready to make a motion to recommend approval of the North Pine Aggregate Site Review based on the planner's report dated March 1st, 2024, with the conditions discussed added to the paperwork. Do I have a second?
I'll second that motion.
And take a vote?
Rob and I.
Judy, I.
Barb, aye. So it'll move on to the city council for consideration on March 13th, 2024.
Works for me.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, number 7, public open forum. Is there anyone here or online that has anything to bring forward? Hearing no response, we'll move on to number 8, planning commissioner's report. Judy, do you have anything?
I do not.
Robin?
I do not have anything.
And I don't either, so we'll move on to number 9, the city administrator and planning zoning tax report. Do you have anything?
I have nothing at this time, no.
All right. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
This is Rob and I motion that we adjourn.
This is Judy, I second.
Good. And we'll take a vote.
Rob and I.
Judy, I.
Barb, aye. We're adjourned.
Thank you.